Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn English Language Skills. I have for you active and passive voice. I know some of you shudder with the thought of doing the exercise of changing active voice sentences to passive voice. But don't you worry, I have this wonderful trick which will make it very easy for you to change active to passive voice. So stay with me. Let's get started. Okay, let's start with this example, which is an active voice. Robin kicked the stone. Can anyone tell me what is Robin in the sentence? What is the stone in the sentence? Anyone? Okay, you're right. Robin is the subject who's doing the action of kicking the object. The object here is the stone. So in the active voice, more emphasis is laid on the subject that he is doing that particular action. Here, the action of kicking by the subject is emphasized. Now, if this active voice sentence has to be written in passive voice, what would be the answer? The stone was kicked by Robin. I'll tell you the trick in a while, but let me make it clear the emphasis. Here in the passive voice, the emphasis shifts to what our object here was, the stone. That the stone received the action of being kicked by Robin. Once again, emphasis is on the subject doing the action. Robin kicked the stone. Here, the emphasis shifts to the object receiving the action of kicking by somebody. Here, Robin. Now, what is the trick? Ta-da! This is a trick. What did I do? I swapped the places of the subject and the object, as you can clearly see. This is what you have to remember. So if you have an active voice sentence, just swap their places in this particular manner. The object, which was at the latter half of the sentence, will now begin the sentence in the passive voice. And the subject, which was starting the sentence in the active voice, will shift at the end. And of course, you will use this word by. If you don't use, obviously you know it, it'll be grammatically incorrect. So what's the trick? Swap the subject to the object's place and the object to the subject's place. That easy. You can thank me later. Let's move on to definition. What's the definition? Active voice. The subject is the doer of the action. The passive voice, it tells us what is done to the poor object. I'll remind you. Robin is your subject here. Robin kicked the ball. So the subject is doing that action of kicking. Here, poor ball is receiving the action of being kicked. It tells us what is done to the object. Okay, let's move on. So what are the rules? First, please use the word by in your sentence structure. You need to change the pronouns. For example, he kicked the ball. So in the passive voice, you will write, the ball was kicked by him. Okay? Last one, the structure of tenses undergoes a change. This I will explain in detail. Let's move on. So as explained earlier, the usage of by and the change of pronouns, I'll be explaining in this particular slide with examples. First one, I wrote a letter. A letter was written by me. So the pronouns have undergone a change. I becomes me, and then we use the word by. You can also observe the tenses change. Tenses I'll be explaining in detail in a while. Second one, she was writing a letter. A letter was being written by her. She becomes her. By we have used. Last one, they will write a letter. A letter will be written by them. They has been changed to them and our beautiful word by we have used. If you don't use this word by, you know what will happen. Your sentence will be grammatically incorrect. So this will come naturally to you to use the word by. Okay, this is the table that I have for you. The first column shows tense column, then the active voice and passive voice. We use this word by, I've highlighted here. Let's start. Simple present, waters. The gardener waters the plants, daily activity. So if it is simple present tense, the verb will undergo a change like this. The plants are watered by the gardener. I'll just explain once again. The subject here, the gardener, the place has been shifted from the first to the last at the end of the sentence. So you go on noticing these changes on your own. In this slide, I am just teaching about the tenses. The gardener waters the plants are watered by the gardener. Okay, present continuous. He is watering the plants. Activity is continuing. So when you're writing in passive, the plants are being watered by him. See the pronouns change? He becomes him. And this is the way the verbs will be changed. Simple past, he watered the plants. The plants were watered by him. Past continuous, the gardener was watering the plants. The plants were being watered by the gardener. So when we use this word being watered, being means the activity was still going on or the activity is still going on, being watered. All right, simple future, he will water the plants. He will be watering the plants. Now let's go to the perfect tenses. Passive voice exercise, present perfect tense. In the active voice, we use this word has. In the present perfect tense, those of you who are confused in tenses, I'll be sharing the link with you of my tenses video, which I've explained using a timeline. After watching that, you will never go wrong in understanding tenses. So in the present perfect tense, we use has or have as singular plural the cases. And when we are changing it, we use has been in the passive voice. Example, the cat has drunk the milk. Active voice. The milk dash 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 by the cat. Okay, so options are the milk has drunk by the cat, the milk has been drunk by the cat, the milk had been drunk by the cat. Those of you who are going for had been drunk, please check that your examiner wants you to focus on the present perfect tense, not the past. I've given you a hint. All right, very good. Has been drunk. This is the right answer. Our team has won the championship. The championship has won by our team, has been won by our team, have been won by our team. So what would be the right answer? Anyone? Yeah. The championship has been won by our team. The milk has been drunk by the cat. Now, participle, those of you don't know what are participles, again, you will see my tenses video. I will be sharing the link of it. Next one, past perfect tense. We use had in the active, and for passive we use had been. This is the hint. Choose the answer correctly. The cat had drunk the milk. The milk had been drunk by the cat. Very good. Our team had won the championship. The championship had been won by our team. Very good. Future perfect tense. What do we use in active? Will have. Passive, will have been. Okay. Example. She will have sold the car. Answer. The car will have been sold by her. You just remember the kind of formulas that I've mentioned. What do you use in active and what do you use in passive in which particular tense? So this way you will be able to remember. Second, they will have solved the problem. The problem will have been solved by them. Now you might just ask me, what is the use of learning active and passive voice? Stay with me, I'll let you know. Okay, because you need to break the monotony of one type of sentence structure. All the time active voice, active voice, active voice, no, not really a good flair. It adds coherence to your writing. Meaning not only that it gives you extra flair, but it avoids repetition. So when you're writing in passive voice, it creates a link to the subject or the object. I'll give you an example. Active voice, supposing you're writing a story and this is your one line in the story. The giant killed all the soldiers. Now you want to tell the same thing in your subsequent lines. This is the way you will write. When all the soldiers were killed by the giant, then this happened. So imagine if you didn't have passive voice, then how would you write? So when you're writing your story writing pieces or big paragraphs, you need to have both active as well as passive voice. Though active voice is easier to write or to speak than passive, but with practice you should be able to write, and rather you should write passive voice. Otherwise, I don't know, your teacher will not give you that good marks in your writing skills if she doesn't see variety of sentence structure. Good? All right. Okay, so we've reached almost the end. Tell me how was this video, and do practice. Take out some exercises from the books, the net, and try to practice, because practice makes the man perfect. English is interesting. Keep learning with me. There will be more videos on grammar and lessons. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Take care.